Hello and welcome to this new series of videos I'll be doing. My name is Clement. I'm a success coach, been coaching salespeople, small business owners for the last 31 plus years now. And this series is going to be a little bit different than what you may have seen before. We're going to be doing two things in this series of videos. One is that we'll be doing the video, we'll be sharing some valuable information with you about different aspects of life, different ways of creating your life to be what you want it to be and how you want it to be. But then the second thing we're going to be doing is offering you, after the video, a meditation to be doing. Now, the reason we're doing that is this, is one, when you're listening to something, reading something, hearing something, whatever you may be doing, you're doing it through your conscious mind. Now, that conscious mind is taking in all the information, taking in all the things that you're learning. It's changing that around in ways that you're understanding it, etc. But it's really not giving it to you in a way that will make major change for you. What will make that major change is when you take that conscious information and put it into the subconscious mind, the mind that will really make changes in your life. And that's the purpose of the meditation at the end of these. Every one of these, we're going to do a series of 12 different topics. And that at the end will have an opportunity for you to do a meditation based on the topic and based on your goals regarding the topic. Now, when you walk away from the information and the reprogramming of the subconscious mind, you're going to be much more effective out there in your life using this material. So play the game the way we've set it up. Listen, watch, and then do the meditation. So give yourself some time to listen and watch the video, and then give yourself time to create that space where you can be guided through a meditation that will help you to really take this information in and to use it out there in your life for what you're up to out there in life. The first topic that we're going to be talking about is faith. Now, before you turn the video off, we're not going to talk about religion here. We're talking about faith. And for our definition, faith is the believing in the unseen. So we're going to talk about that word faith. It's believing in the unseen. How do we believe something? We'll go through that as we go through the topic here. Now, the opposite of faith, though, is fear. Now, fear is also believing in the unseen, but it's believing something that you don't want to have happen. Ordinarily, when you're in faith, you're believing something that you do want to have happen. When you're in fear, you're believing something that you don't want to happen, or something that you're afraid of happening. So what we need to do is we need to create faith-based conversations within our own mind, because faith, like anything else, is a conversation. We create the conversation or the thought. We then create a belief based on that thought, because a belief is nothing more than a thought you keep on thinking. So once we've created that thought, it becomes a belief. We keep taking that same kind of conversation and elongating it in our lives. That's going to create a belief. And we're going to be talking about the belief of faith, believing in that which we do not yet see, but declaring it will come to pass. Now, the other thing about faith and why we want to be operating in faith is because when we're in faith, it most likely is bringing us up in our feelings, in our mood, in how we see life and how we experience our day-to-day occurrences in life. And when we're operating in faith, we're operating in the area that we most likely want our goals to be coming to us. If we're operating in fear, we're most likely operating in where we don't we won't actually, not only don't, we won't attract what we want because we'll be operating from a place that we don't want to have happen. And the interesting thing, we're going to talk about the law of attraction. We'll always talk about the law of attraction because the law of attraction is a natural occurrence in this universe. Whatever our predominant thoughts and conversations are, we're going to attract from the universe. That's just like gravity. Gravity is. We can like it, not like it, doesn't much matter. We can even not understand it. But if we walk off a building, gravity is going to pull us down. So it's the same with the law of attraction. We're in this place called the universe, and the universe is going to give us what our predominant thoughts and conversations are. So if we're predominantly in a faith conversation and belief, we're going to attract more things in that area of faith. We're in a fear-based thought or conversation, we're going to attract more things that will create fearful aspects. Whatever we declare, we create and we attract. So we're in a process today of keeping you in a faith conversation, expecting great things to happen. Now, why do we want to be in a faith place? Well, let's say you're in a fear-based place. You're afraid to make phone calls, we'll say. You're afraid to ask for what you want. You're afraid to step out of your comfort zone. So you're fearing something. But let's say you get the courage to do it, but you're doing it in a fear-based place. So even though you may be taking these actions, the actions are not going to give you what you want. They're going to give you most times what you don't want, because most subjects are two parts. One of what we want, the other, the lack of what we want. And if we're in fear, we're mostly noticing the lack of what we want, as opposed to noticing the abundance of what we want. So the fear, if you're in that lack conversation and thought process, then even though you're taking the actions, it's not going to line up. It's like if you were had a radio dial and it was tuned to 88.1, you're going to attract everything that is on that frequency of 88.1. Even though you may want to hear what's on 101.1, if you're tuned to 88.1, you're not going to create what's on 101.1. You have to tune your dial to 101.1 in order to attract all of what's on 101.1. And the interesting thing too about a radio frequency, when you're on that frequency, you're not only attracting one area of that frequency, you're attracting all those things that are on that frequency. It could be the news, it could be talk radio, it could be music, it could be commercials. Whatever is on that frequency, you're going to attract, you see. And it's the same with when we're on a frequency of fear, we're going to attract everything that will be in relationship to that fear. Not only what we're fearing, let's say we're fearing getting rejected, we're going to also attract maybe less money because we may have fear of that. We're going to attract not having people call us back because we're on that frequency, you say. So just like the radio station, attracting everything on 88.1, when we are in a fear-based feeling, then we're going to attract everything that's on that frequency, that fear. So that's why it's so important for us to be up there in the faith-based conversation and thought so that we can then attract everything that's on that faith-based process, you see. And just like the radio station, we got to tune ourselves to that in order to get there. Now, how do we do that tuning? Numbers of ways. We get to first off tell ourselves out loud that which we want to have happen as though it's happened. And the Bible says it best, it's God called those things that be not as though they were. That's what we need to do. You want abundance? You need to be speaking abundance as if it's already occurred. And you need to do it on a repetitious basis. You can't just say, oh, I want money, or I need money, or I'm earning this amount of money. I'm abundant in this amount of area. I'm creating these things. I have this. I am this. You're speaking it as if it's already occurred. And as you're doing that, you're going to be bringing up your mood. You're going to be bringing up your feelings. You're going to be bringing up how you see the world. And then what's happening is the world is going to start showing up for you as you are seeing it. You have to be it to see it. And being is nothing more than your internal dialogue. Now, this takes some work. I love to tell you, okay, here, you've got the answer, go out, do it, you'll have all you want. I'd love to tell you that, but then you know I lie about other things. You say, no, it's going to take practice. That's what makes things happen in our lives when we practice them. That's why we want to practice the methods by which we're going to get to what we want, rather than practice the methods that are going to take us away from or slow us down what we want. These videos and this meditation that you're going to go into next are tools on how to do that. But like everything, you have to practice it. So go out there, have that conversation, pull yourself up, feel good the majority of time, legally, ethically, and morally, feel good. And it's all within us already. We don't have to go get this feeling. We don't have to go get this power. This power is already within us. Now it's time to go out and start putting it into practice on an ongoing method. Now that you're complete with this video, what I want you to do now is go right into the meditation part. The meditation that'll tee you up. It's a guided meditation. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Turn all your equipment that could make noise off and just be 100% into the meditation. And do what it says to do after the meditation. And use this information you got here from the video and the programming you're going to be putting into your subconscious mind to go out and create the life you want to live and the life you live to love. This is the power of you, human being, is that your life that you want to create is out there. You don't have to go get it. It's out there. You now get to be who you get to be. Do what you get to do. Your life will come to you. Enjoy the process. Have fun with the process. And most of all, know full well you deserve everything you declare you want in your life. Have a great day. Talk to you next time. Goodbye.